God of War. What an amazing game. I know it came out 6 years ago, but it definitely still holds up as one of the best story games ever. I mean, from the combat to just the story itself. This game succeeds at literally everything. And today, I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review of the game just to help you guys truly understand the glory of God of War. I'll be talking about the story, the combat, the graphics, and lastly, how replayable the game is. So first, let's start with the best part of the game, the story. We start off the game with Kratos and Atreus after they just lost Faye, Kratos' wife and Atreus' mother. They have a funeral for her and everything, but right after, a man comes knocking on their door. Now, they live in the middle of the woods, so it's not normal for someone else to be in there with them. When Kratos opens the door, the man appears to be some drunken guy, but it turns out that he's an insanely powerful god named Baldur who literally can't be killed, and he's the brother of Thor. So they have a fight, and Kratos knocks him out or whatever. And then he remembers that Faye wanted him to scatter her ashes at the peak of the highest mountain in all 9 realms. So they go on many adventures to try and reach that highest mountain, which they think is on Midgard, but we end up finding out that it's in Jotunheim, which is supposedly blocked off and there's no way to get there. But yeah, they're also being hunted by the Norse gods, so they have to fight some of Thor's brothers or sons or whatever they are. They also meet a witch lady named Freya, who ends up being Baldur's mother. They take the head of some guy named Mimir, and he's just gonna chill with us for the rest of the game. For some reason. Kratos also has to fight a dragon, which is probably one of the best boss fights I've ever witnessed. There were so many different things that you had to do, like hitting its foot and throwing balls at it. I even made an edit out of that boss fight, which you should definitely check out. I'll put the link in the description. Anyway, at one point around the middle of the story though, Atreus falls ill, and this part highlights everything great about this game. Just imagine this. Your son becomes so ill that he passes out, causing the sky around you to turn red and erupt with storms. In this moment, with emotional music playing in the background, you go back to where you used to live to find a powerful weapon that brings back terrible memories from your past. You then use this weapon of great power, just knowing that it was once abused to murder many people, but you do it anyway, for your son. Then, you go to the witch to get her to save your son, completely ignoring the fact that the world around you is crumbling. That whole part solidified my love for this game. I mean, it was just so good. Words cannot describe it. It was so good. So anyway, after that, Atreus is healed, and they go on more adventures and eventually defeat Baldur, causing Freya to turn her back on Kratos and leave, probably into the next game. Lastly, Kratos and Atreus go to the peak of the tallest mountain in all 9 realms to scatter Faye's ashes. But when they're there, they find out that Faye was secretly a giant, and that she predicted everything that would happen to them throughout this journey. Hold up. How the hell did Kratos not realize that his wife was a giant?
You didn't know. You didn't know.
Even though she didn't appear to be big in the opening scene of the game, there had to just be something that showed that she was a giant. Right? Still though, this story is an absolute masterpiece, and it shows off the wonders of both Greek and Norse mythology with a very compelling tale of a relationship between a father and a son. I could yap for so much longer about the story, but I think that we should move on to the next part of the video, the combat. The combat in this game feels so fun, and you're constantly being fed more and more ways to fight, making everything feel so fresh and so new. The Leviathan Axe, which is one of Kratos' many weapons, has a bunch of different abilities that you can use and upgrade. This concept goes for his Blades of Chaos, his shield, and his ability to have Atreus shoot arrows at enemies to stun and distract them. However, all of this takes away from the undeniable fact that there is too much fighting in this game. It feels so contrived too, where you can just tell that the developers intentionally put you in annoying situations just so that there would be another fight scene before the next development in the story. It's alright though, because the graphics kind of make up for that fact where you now have even more time to enjoy them. For 2018, this game exceeds the expectations of what graphics should have looked like. It had crisp, clean features that make everything look so hyper-realistic. I mean, look at that. The game supports ray tracing on PC and it makes it look so much better. You can also go up to ultra settings for graphics, which can definitely improve gameplay. I played it on that setting and I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. That's kind of weird, actually. Except when I tried playing the game on my older PC, which is still good, by the way, it would run on like 15 frames per second. It actually couldn't even run on the worst settings. I don't know if it was a glitch in the game or just my computer. Lastly, let's talk about this game's replayability. I have one word to describe it. None. The whole story can be enjoyed on its first playthrough because you have no idea what's about to happen. But once you do, it gets really boring. And it's not like you can play much after the story either, because you just kind of do random quests and upgrade your gear more. There are these difficult boss fights against these things called Valkyries that you can do, but that's really it. So now that I've beaten the story, I'm kind of just done with the game. Now, I must answer the question. Is God of War truly a great game? In my opinion, I think so. It still has some flaws that could terribly impact your experience, so my opinion isn't the only one. The answer to those questions is really up to you. Subscribe for more.